Thank you, Madam Contest Master. Fellow Toastmasters, I have the distinct pleasure of evaluating the speech of Bill Jenkins tonight, all about Santa Claus. When I typically do an evaluation, I look for two different parts of the speech. The first part I look at is the actual mechanics, the delivery of the speech. And the second part I look at is the written speech. So tonight I'm going to talk to you, and of course you too, Bill, about the two different parts of your speech, and I'm going to go through some of the pros and cons of what I found in the speech. Let's first talk about the speech mechanics. The mechanics of the speech are very important to get your point across. Bill Jenkins came out and had eye contact with every single person in the room. Excellent way to get your point across. Another good point that he had is great hand gestures. At a certain point he was like crying and talking about his speech in a crying way. It was a very good way to get your point across is with good hand gestures. And of course, he's well dressed. Look at him, he's been wearing a Santa Claus tie to promote his speech tonight. So the first part on the mechanics, I thought A+, Bill Jenkins. We're going to talk now about the actual written part of the speech and what he delivered. A strong speech is made up of an introduction, a body to support your introduction, and a closing to finish the speech off. Now, Bill came out and had the strongest introduction I've heard in a while. He came out and said, "How many people here do not believe in Santa Claus?" And that made me think first, wait a minute, do I believe in him? Do I not believe in him? I saw a lot of people like, trying to put their arms up and down. They weren't sure if they believed in him. And what he did, he said, by the end of this speech, I will make a believer out of you. He had me drawn in, engaged to listen to the rest of the speech. Next comes the body. The body is very important to wrap up what you just said in the introduction. You should give 3 to 4 points to back up what your introduction was. This is where I think the speech was a little bit lacking. The introduction was great, and then I didn't really hear much to back up why I should believe in Santa Claus. I heard a lot of facts about Santa Claus. In fact, I was a little bit lost with some of the facts. Some of the facts were his parents were married for 30 years. He had some sort of kids. He had a brother, a sibling, the reindeer. The reindeer weren't important. So there weren't very strong facts to back up what the introductory statement was. Next time, I would suggest maybe reducing some of those facts and talking about just the important reasons of why I should believe in Santa Claus. Finally, the conclusion also ties in with the speech mechanics. I had a little bit of a hard time hearing the conclusion because you were standing back here and at the same point you were reading your conclusion and looking at this. And it was hard to hear back there, especially with all the bar noise going on. So it's good to know your room as well. Excellent speech, Bill. I can't wait to hear the second one. Madam Contest Master.